Welcome back to the Blue Door Pop Thunderdome for another Bull with Andy Carlson. We are the Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast show about everything and nothing at the same time, coming at you 5 days a week. Sitting shotgun is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickason. Hey, how's it going?
Good, Andy.
You should be more active on Instagram. No, are you down with the Snapchat?
I do a lot of Snapchat. It's more like the common texting with friends right now. I know Instagram, not so much. Twitter, I follow a lot of things. I follow a lot on Instagram. I never post photos of myself. You know,
Selfie.
I'm more of the foodie guy though.
Wait, is Snapchat the one with the stupid filters where all the chicks become dogs?
Yes.
Oh, because that's cool.
Shut up! I like it. I do it with the kid all the time.
What really?
Yeah, I should.
Get my kid off Snapchat. Tell a friend, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, bullshow.co, and also like us on Facebook, growing by leaps and bounds. And checking the numbers, we're trending up, and we've had some great guests, great interviews. You got to think that Nick plays a small part of it too.
I'm here.
Very small.
Shut up! Stop saying that. I hate it when people say that, and no, it's not what you think.
No, it's the best backhanded compliment. Like, Nick, you're helping.
Small. Small, helping.
But yes, here we are in the midst of Happy St. Patrick's Day, the greatest holiday in the history of the world. Part 1.
Andy using a Caribbean accent.
Oi. Oi. I really like bagpipe music. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, the photo that they used was of Native Americans being slaughtered, which I don't know if this ties in.
The fact that we're talking about St. Patrick's Day, but on the title of the YouTube club is Scotland the Brave.
So now they're starting to get some Scotch shows in there. But, Nick, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day this weekend?
I'm pretty excited. My friends who live in St. Paul, St. Paul is a big St. Patrick's Day.
What does St. Paul know about St. Patrick's Day? Do I want to know?
Dude, a lot. They know so many things about St. Patrick's Day.
Also, I love getting scolded when people call it St. Patty's Day, Patty, because that's a girl's name. If you're going to say St. Patty's, it's got to be Paddy. That's Paddy. That's the boy's name.
St. Patty's Day.
Potato.
In St. Paul, there's a place called Irish on Grand, which is a great place to get stuff. But I'm hanging out in St. Paul. There's a parade downtown every year, which is awesome. I'm gonna try to go get down to it. If I'm
the song needs words. I'm going to drink a beer and then I'm going to vomit a beer and eat some potatoes and some corn beef hash out of a taco truck and I'm going to vomit because this is just my golden light with food coloring in it and I don't like Guinness. I'm just kidding. Guinness is awesome. I'm saying Guinness and Harp are like two of my favorite beers.
Do you ever do the black and tans? Isn't that what the... I get it. Yeah. This is the only time of year I drink Guinness and Smittix. I got to be a big fan of Smittix lately.
I know they say once you go over to Scotland, the Guinness tastes way different, especially due to the Guinness tour. But Guinness over is still pretty damn good, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And aren't you getting a hotel?
Yeah, I'm trying to be prepared, try to be safe. Yeah, right by the bar.
Now,
right by the bar, I'm going to hang out.
Are hotel rates like going through the roof? Does that happen for St. Patrick's Day, like Oktoberfest?
For me, it is. I'm trying to stay at a Best Western, and it's like $150, and I'm like, "Hey, it's a Best Western." Is this like
you get that? That's like weeknight Graves rates, or like the Marquette.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm kind of shocked. I think because of the location, because in the Como Park area, and there must be something else going on besides St. Patrick's Day, like a tournament or something that's causing rates to go up because, it doesn't make any sense.
Now, what do you think of people celebrating the weekend early because people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day last weekend? Which is weird because it's not like St. Patty's Day happens on a Wednesday. It happens on Friday this year. Like there's a very clear-cut weekend to celebrate St. Patrick's.
I was wondering if it had anything to do with like scheduling or something.
Did you see that the Archdiocese of Minnesota said to the Catholics, yeah, eat your corned beef, even though it's Lent.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Because
about
Jesus
that.
will understand that St. Patrick's Day fell on Friday. Bigarla.
They shouldn't bring religion into a fun drinking holiday.
Yeah, what does St. Patrick's have to do with religion?
Exactly. That's what I'm. Oh.
And also, when Catholics go meatless during Lent, how come they still consider fish not meat? Which is, I think, is odd. This is not meat because it comes from the sea.
Didn't Jesus bring 5,000 fish and 5,000 loaves of
No,
bread or
that's the
something?
thing. He brought 2 fish, and then it became 5,000. Except what people don't realize is that Jesus just cut it in really small pieces. Jesus' Yelp review of that meal, were very low because they're portion size is terrible.
I kind of assume it's kind of like McDonald's and bringing the McRib back every so often. It's like there must be a sale in fish. So around this time every year, so let's just make it a tradition to have people eat more fried fish on Fridays or something.
Well, so it's weird because codfish, mainly Scandinavian. I grew up part Norwegian, so we had codfish all the time, especially on Fridays. And most Scandinavians are Protestant; they're not Catholic. So during Lent, all the Catholics go to the Norwegian Lutherans and be like, "Hey, how was the fish?"
I never got into it.
And I will go out and say that St. Patrick's Day is one of the best holidays because, A, you get to get drunk. You get to eat delicious, bad-for-you food. And also it syncs up with the opening weekend of March Madness most of the time. It's great.
Oh, yeah. No, this is a great time of year.
The Gophers got their ass kicked by a directional state school. If you get beaten by Eastern Kentucky or Middle Tennessee State, like the Gophers did on Thursday, that's bad. It's no bueno.
It shows that we still have a lot to learn, a lot to get through. I mean, our team, we are playing. We play a lot better in the season, but maybe we still have a few years of under our new coach to kind of
until Richie Ditchy Patino. Richie Patino becomes Ditchy Patino because he's going to take the Indiana job. Just watch.
No,
it's going to happen. All right.
We have to win. Gophers have to go a little bit farther, I think, in the tournament before he leaves.
It's not really how it works.
Well, I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Oh, man. So do you get into the corned beef, cabbage, all that stuff?
My family does, yes. I'll partake in it. It's nothing those aren't foods I really crave. The corned beef and cabbage, not really.
Oh, the corned beef and cabbage. Now, here's my favorite thing about St. Patrick's Day, is that everyone becomes Irish for the day or the weekend, right? Mm-hmm. And it isn't seen as racist or cultural appropriation to be like, Big Arla, and everyone has their terrible Irish accent like myself. And we become leprechauns, and we're all gingers, and we got freckles, and tura, lura, lura. Imagine if you had Chinese Day. Just everyone running around it's so good. Oh, you try my fishball soup. Oh.
For the record, I'm pretty confident there's a lot of Asian days, especially in St. Paul. I think there's...
Yeah, Asian New Year.
Oh, yeah.
Except it isn't. It's funny because it isn't acceptable for people just to, stretch their eyes out and be like, oh. Oh, by the way, if you're a first time listener to Bull, we appreciate you, and also I can say all these things because I'm Asian.
I'm half Asian. I'm kind of questioning it a little bit, but no.
To a degree, it happens with Cinco de Mayo. People have the cervezas and the tequila, and they put on the fake mustaches and sombreros, except it isn't quite to the extent of St. Patrick's Day, Although people do go around and become bad hombres on tequila.
They did, yeah.
Oh, mijo.
Yeah, I know there's an old college photo of me at your old apartment, and I think for Cinco de Mayo I was just had a nice giant sombrero and a little mustache. It was, yeah, that was, when
was the last time you had a shot of tequila, Nick?
Oh, I can tell you exactly when that time was. That was my super senior year of college. Yeah, I don't think I had one recently. I will remember one of the last times I had tequila was in college. A good friend, Flom, I think was working at. I think she was working at Buffalo Wild Wings or something. Beat the wing place, and she gave me a tequila shot. But it wasn't. It wasn't like with the salt and the lime. It was with
orange.
It was with an orange and cinnamon.
Oh yeah, they call it Stinger. Those are really good.
That was the only time I ever threw up at a bar.
Well, you threw up at the bar?
I ran to the bathroom and I threw up just that shot. I'm like, oh,
you like compartmentalized it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's.
All right, now this is Whose Line Is Anyway, which was a great show. Is it still on?
I think there's a modern version of it.
I heard Greg Proops talking about it because I think him and like Ryan Stiles and Colin Mocker, they still tour doing the show.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident.
Which we should go sometime.
It still exists, I think. Yeah, and
Wayne Brady's too busy.
He's on every
that
once
game show.
He's on every once in a while. I think because with Whose Line, the secret was that they recorded like a bunch of episodes on the same night, and they just kind of
parsed them out.
Yeah, this parsed
like what we do with this show.
Yeah, exactly.
This is actually being recorded in 2015, so it's a good thing we got foresight and a calendar. All right, so this is Whose Lines Anyway, Irish drinking songs, and you vouch for this sketch. Like if this sucks, it's on you.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know this particular one.
I've seen him on network TV. He's seen him on the streets. He's always got a great big smile. He's looking kind of neat.
Talking about Drew Carey,
He has short hair and glasses. And other things that aren't so short. He is very kind. And this I will retort. Oh,
There's an ugly women one that's much better.
I hear he is a nice guy. He dresses really well. The tall guy on his show is funny. And the black guy's really swell. But let's not forget his bald friend, because he's really good. Sure, he's got lots of money. You'll never catch him in the hood. Oh,
Meh.
I'll find you the other ones that are like the ugly woman one is one of my favorites.
Now, speaking of favorites, this is quite possibly my favorite song of all time, and it only gets busted out on St. Patrick's Day, of course. Oh, if you got kids in the car, yeah, now's the time to do it. Please will let me in. I'm sick tired of me reeking of gin. Lay on the lover from the front to the back. Having another lady I should pack. In the door and the fellas all cheer. All bear me up, a whiskey and beer. I see yours on this song. I'll never, but I call it home. I'm drunk. I'm drunk for my beer down the sink. I got more in the trunk. I'm drunk and I'm gonna be drunk till the next time I'm drunk. Which might be the greatest lyric ever penned in the history of music.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna be drunk.
I'm pretty confident we played this on non-St. Paddy's Day occurrences, but I feel like that. I think that sparked it, though.
No, it's a great song because it's just so straightforward and catchy and gets to the point. You know, it's not really abstract. Like, there's not too many people going in depth on the lyrics. Like, this isn't Kashmir or from Zeppelin. People aren't reading the liner notes of, what is Robert Plant trying to say here? No, Flog 'Em All is pretty straightforward about it.
Yeah, no, it's.
Speaking of which, I should mention that we have a new segment today. It's called Commercial Backstory. Now, let's see here. Don't have a sound drop for it yet because I'm lazy. But there we go. Yeah. Oh. Get on up. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I got 3 commercials. We're going to play the commercial, and I'm going to tell you the backstory of the participants of the commercial, what their life story is, what motivates them, what's their deal. Because commercials have always interested me. Like when I was a kid and like the family was watching TV, I would leave during the show, come back during the commercials, and then leave once the show came back on. Like legit.
Very anti how most people treat commercials now, especially with all the recording equipment for TV shows. People usually fast forward commercials. You're doing advertisers a big deal.
Now, it might be the touch of the ADD, but I just like these small, self-contained stories, and some of the time they're funny, most of the time they're not. Like, I should start writing commercials.
This is why Andy likes favorite movie is Love Actually, because he loves all the short stories. Or
Love Actually
Day.
sucks. Love Actually sucks mainly because everyone keeps trying to say it's a Christmas movie. No, it's a movie that happens during Christmas. There's a distinct difference. Yeah. My criteria, and I'm sure we'll get to this once the holidays roll around again, is that if you remove Christmas from the movie, does the movie cease to function? Like, Love Actually could have been one of those stupid holiday movies like, oh, Arbor Day, starring these 17 stars. You know how they did one for Valentine's Day and New Year's, blah, blah, blah. They should do one for St. Paddy's Day. That'd be awesome. Liam Neeson.
It's called The Hangover.
All right, so the first commercial is the Mr. Clean Super Bowl ad, the cleaner of your dreams. And what we have here is a housewife checking things over. Let's get into the commercial. Oh, she's got a mess. Look, it's that. Oh.
The smallest
Mr.
mess ever.
Clean. Coming on in. She's going to bang Mr. Clean. He's coming through. Yeah.
She's obviously sexually impressed.
Sarah?
Oh.
Clean enough?
Then it's her husband. Now she's doing it with her husband.
It'd be funnier if it's not her husband.
Now, here's what happens. So Sarah is obviously working through some stuff, right? And she probably used to be fun. You know, back in her college days, she was probably sloppy. Oh, her nickname amongst her friends as a term of endearment was Sloppy Sarah. Sarah would just get wrecked off of SoCo. And, you know, she's a suburban mom, housewife now, a mom, husband, as you saw. A little bit huskier, a little bit not so easy on the eyes anymore. Maybe he used to be good looking. He just packed on the weight. Here's what it is. He's on medication that makes him put on weight, and also it kills his sex drive. It kills the testosterone. And
I hate that stuff.
Before, she'd just have a glass of wine and, read her books, 50 Shades of Grey. And then all of a sudden that 5 o'clock glass of wine became 4:30, then 4, then 3, then noon. Then why shower? Not leaving the house, or who cares? They don't care what you look like at Trader Joe's. That's what happens. But then she started taking some Oxy. Here's what we do. She crushes it up, snorts it, and sometimes she sees things. And then one day her dopey, chubby husband, which they haven't had sex in 3 years, but she still loves him. He's a good father. He provides for the family. He's got a good job. He's a junior man at the law firm. Yeah. And she just needs a little something. So she also, on top of the Oxy and top of the booze, she just starts huffing Mr. Clean. Just putting on a rag. And then she starts seeing shit. So she sees her husband, Dan. He looks like a Dan. And she tried to jump his bones. Except still can't get it up. And that's where we leave the Hutton family.
What? I think it's at the very beginning of that commercial.
Yeah.
Like, I like to analyze commercials, and the very beginning of the commercial, like she's cleaning a spot, probably the size of maybe 2 or 3 quarters together or something. Like,
That's what set her off.
Again,
what's it gonna be?
And you don't even see the food or whatever created the mess. I mean, like she's like in the middle of cooking and she's like trying to clean. I'm like, dude, you clean at the end. And I don't know.
That's what happens. All right, next one up on commercial backstory is TurboTax's 2017 Humpty Dumpty or Humpty Dance. Whatever. Let's watch a commercial. So you got Humpty after this fall. Still in there.
The what?
Hello, Mr. Dumpty. Do you have a tax question?
Have you ever heard of the Humpty Dance?
Everybody knows that.
Well, I'm about to sue these guys. Will I be able to write off my legal fees?
Certain legal fees are tax deductible.
Everyone's dancing the Humpty Hump.
It is kind of catchy.
All right, so here's a story about Humpty Dumpty. Did you know that in the poem Humpty Dumpty, they don't mention that he's an egg?
Oh, wow, I never thought about that. You just assume that.
Yeah, because in the child books, he's portrayed as an egg.
Oh, no.
And here's what's happened in Humpty Dumpty. You know, he's in a halo. He's in braces. He's shattered. He's broken. He's thinking about suing everyone. He's thinking about suing the guy who wrote the Humpty Dance. Who sang?
Digital Underground back in '89.
I was gonna say Rex and Effects, but I would be wrong. And you know, he's just pissed off at the world, mainly because all of the king's horses and all the king's men, they can do shit for him, right? And so he's just lashing out. He's pushing the blame off on everyone. But here's what's going to happen to Humpty Dumpty. He's going to have a moment. He's going to look inward to his inner yoke and be like, maybe I'm to blame here. You know? Maybe I'm to blame for trying to take up Digital Underground's royalties. Because they obviously need it. I mean, I'm sure they got a little something for that commercial, right? And maybe I should be looking of why I was standing on that wall in the first place. Why should I be? I mean, it's a tall wall. Trump built it very, very tall. Why was I there in the first place? I don't know.
You might have been bullied.
The egg? Oh, what if Humpty Dumpty wasn't illegal?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that is a huge. Oh, he's a huevos. He's a El Humpty Huevos. Was trying to climb over the wall. Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
It sucks. I wonder. I hope the Affordable Care Act can help him. Oh, he doesn't have that
Or
anymore.
maybe this is actually 10 years in the future, and he's trying to climb over the Canadian wall. He's trying to get out of the United States and climb into Canada, and he fell onto the Canadian side. And since they have universal health care, it's not very good. You get what you pay for, but it's free. And now he's getting put back together again. That makes sense. That makes sense why all the doctors and nurses are listening to the "Do me, baby, do the Humpty Hump," because they don't give a shit about their jobs.
That is a good point. Yeah, they should be working. They can't be dancing.
Yeah.
The hospital must be full of people. That's Trump's Obamacare people.
Yeah, that's something where I don't want my doctor to dance. Also, I don't want my lawyer to be good at golf. You know.
I don't want to contact my lawyer on an app because it was obviously the commercial.
So Humpty Dumpty, Huevos. Last one is Wayfair. And Wayfair is that company that does all the kitschy like HGTV stuff. I think they're the only advertiser on HGTV, and all of their stuff is expensive, but you get free shipping. So yeah, here's Wayfair.
Wayfair.
Chick dancing. Ooh, everybody dancing and sitting. Oh, yeah. Oh, they ordered a couch. Oh, you got outdoor patio? Yeah. This is all very exciting for them.
Don't just
Look
shop
at them
for
dancing
your
stuff.
home. Wayfair your home. Find everything you need and more at wayfair.com today.
So it's all very exciting for the Wayfair people. And all these videos will be obviously on the show notes page. So here's what's happening. This is all an allegory. I don't know if it means that word correctly. To the Winchester lady. Google her. Winchester House lady.
The Winchester House lady?
Yeah. She's the one. She was the heiress to the Winchester gun fortune. And she was racked with guilt that her family built this fortune on the blood of others. You know, Winchester made great guns. The great guns killed people in the Civil War, Spanish-American War, Indian Wars, etc. And then she had to start building this house. And she built around the clock, and she built the house her entire life because there was something wrong with her, right? This is exactly what Wayfair is doing. There are people who are like, I need to find contentment in my life. I just need to keep building. I need a new couch, I need a new chair, I need some new patio furniture, and then I'll dance. And then everything will be good. Except no. And then you see the people ordering more stuff to try and fill that void in their heart because they're guilt-racked because of their family killing millions of people, notably Native Americans and women and children.
Sarah, this must be Sarah Winchester. That's
Yeah.
All right? Oh, wow. Interesting.
How big was their house at the end?
That's what I'm taking a look at.
Wayfair, just what I need.
To Wikipedia, man, it's saying that it took 38 years to build this thing.
Holy crap.
It stood on 61 acres, 24.
Except 38 years is because she died, right? She didn't stop at a point.
Maybe. Yeah.
It was like, no, the house is good. Wayfair's got me furnished.
It's called the Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, California.
Yeah, because she built stairways to nowhere and just trap doors and doors that opened up to walls and stuff.
It's not giving me actual dimensions here.
A lot by a lot. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happening in Wayfair. Exactly what's happening, and that's commercial backstory.
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
We're gonna have to pay royalties to James Brown's estate. Wait, is he dead?
Yes, he's dead.
Are we sure?
I'm pretty confident. Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, something I'm sure of, though, is getting on down to the Blue Door Pub. Speaking of Lent and delicious codfish, $12 all you can eat every Friday at Longfellow and University on Como, plus $14 pitchers of the B-side Pilsner from our good friends at Indeed. Buy them both, get entered in a drawing. You can get to Chase on the Lake 2-night stay. Picturesque. You can watch all those commercials. You can play the game yourself. Let your mind wander. And, like Sarah Hutton, having her fantasies about Mr. Clean after she's huffing that rag. That's what she's doing.
I can't believe you went there.
Yeah, they probably use this lube, too. Probably why she's gross.
And
she's having issues. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Blue Door Pub, I'm sure they're happy about that little interlude. 3 Twin Cities locations, Fish Fry at Longfellow in Minneapolis and the University on Como in Dinkytown. Hit that up. TheBDP.com. All right, we're right back with more Boo and Carlson on Friday. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Purple for the Win podcast with Andy Carlson. Come to you all off season long, covering free agency, the draft, OTAs, and then we're on to training camp. Get the show on 1500 ESPN, Podcast One, and the Podcast One app. And coming back into the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome Bowl on a Friday, and happy St. Patrick's Day, Nick.
Yay, happy St. Paddy's Day, everyone.
Now, you don't do Guinness, right?
Only on St. Patrick's Day. I don't mind it. I'm not a big stout fan, but
Yep.
I can drink Guinness.
But you like Jameson.
I wouldn't say I like it. I drink it. It's me and my drinking habits.
Why do you drink something you don't like? That doesn't make sense.
That's every bar, every drink. That's everything I do.
I love bagpipes. I know what's going on with the internet today. How sweet the sound that seems.
Before the break, James Brown is dead. Died 2006.
Fake
on
news.
Christmas.
Fake news.
Winchester mansion, 161 rooms.
Was lost but now.
Is that Rob Lowe?
Yes.
I look like Rob Lowe.
When they have police officers' funerals or they have Irish or Scottish people's funerals, they play Amazing Grace on bagpipes. Cutting onions. Cutting onions up in here. Amazing Grace needs words.
Amazing Grace, how sweet the...
I'm going to eat a cookie. I used to eat trefoils, but then I turned 6, and they are the worst cookie. No, really. Trefoils are the worst. Trefoils suck.
Yes.
Well, see, my whole thing is that Girl Scout cookies, they need to be standalone. Like, Samoa's, delicious. The peanut butter one's delicious. Thin Mint's obviously good. Trefoils, you need to dip it into coffee or milk or, hell, like, I don't know, like frosting or something like that. You need something. You can't just eat a shortbread cookie. It's like no one eats like saltines unless they're sick. Trefoil is basically a saltine. Like you need like saltines in like soup or chili or like peanut butter on a saltine. That's fantastic. But just like a trefoil, it needs something.
Ooh, like a chocolate fondue thing, like a chocolate
that would work.
fondue or something. Yeah, you just have it dip. And I say that because I know this year, because my coworkers' kids sell Girl Scout cookies. One of the new ones they have called the Thanks a Lot, and all it is a shortbread cookie, half shortbread, and then the other half is like dipped liquid chocolate.
Oh, see, that's perfect.
Which is perfect.
Do you remember Dunkaroos?
Oh yeah,
those were the shit. Although nothing redeeming about like the cookies, sticks, and frosting, just all sugar and empty carbs.
That was what the 90s was. I remember they had fun commercials.
Do it? All right, let me look one up. As I get the news ready.
The 90s was all about when it comes to food.
Squeeze-Its, man. 1994.
I don't think the stuff exists anymore.
Just a cookie you drunk for as much frosting as you want. So how do you do your Dunkaroos?
Oh, it's got the didgeridoo in the background.
You can dunk a Dunkaroo in as much chocolate and vanilla frosting as you want.
Delicious.
So, how do you do your Dunkaroos? Now we've mixed yummy chips of chocolate in a creamy vanilla frosting. New chocolate chip Dunkaroos.
Oh my God, that's the big deal. Do you remember? They should have a Australian Day. we have Cinco de Mayo. We have St. Paddy's Day. There should be an Australian Day.
I'm pretty confident there was one. We will check on
where we drink Foster's. We put some shrimp on the Barbie.
We go to Outback Steakhouse.
We watch Crocodile Dundee, and we deport all of our criminals to an island. That's how we celebrate Australian Day.
That's Australian Day.
Although you got to think that was a brilliant idea by the British, because back then, you have an entire continent. And you're not building a raft and like sailing off of Australia. You're going to be stuck there with the Aborigines, with the indigenous people. Like if we did that on a smaller scale, like say we annex Cuba. Why not? Maybe Cuba's a bad example because people float from Cuba all the time. How about Isla Nebular?
Well, we had Alcatraz.
Yeah, except that's too close. I'm still pretty sure Clint Eastwood and those two jabronis made it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
I think they actually tried recently to do science behind it and say, like, yeah, there's no way they could have survived.
No, we need to do Isla Nebular or like an Aleutian Island. Like up in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous waves. Yeah, no one would make it.
We should have it be tropic, so then they have a chance to survive and like farm their own food. Pretty sure nothing grows in the Aleutians. So we need to find a decent-sized island that people don't want to live on, that you could grow crops. Puerto Rico.
Surprised you didn't say like Haiti or something.
Like Bermuda. Yeah.
People travel there too much. Like that's an actual tourist destination.
Well, what's the island in the middle of the Atlantic then? Now I gotta look that up.
The only island in the middle of the Atlantic?
Yeah, because the only people who want to go to Bermuda are the Beach Boys, and like half of them are dead.
I think only one of them might be dead.
Well, one of them was in the movie with John Cusack and Paul Dano, right?
Yeah.
Love and Other Things.
I still have to watch that. It looked really good.
Well, isn't your girl in that, Elizabeth Banks?
Yeah. But like that's a tragic story. The Brian Wilson stuff, like the life he's had, is very interesting.
No,
to
Nick,
say,
no one wants to live in Bermuda. I mean, this. I got up on Google Maps. It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's still a tourist destination. I think cruises go there all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to
Canada.
Yeah, we're going to Canada. We're gonna depopulate Newfoundland, and we're gonna call it Criminal Finland.
It's too close to the Canadian border. People could probably swim across.
Dun dun dun.
No,
Ponta della. Oh, here we go. Ponta della Delgada. There we go. We're importing all of our criminals there.
he's looking at random islands. What's that? Off the coast of Portugal?
No, that's like kind of. Yeah. All right, let's do some news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Ain't got time to breathe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's in the news today?
So many things to talk about this week.
Lura, lura, lura.
All right, I want to talk about some local news here in the Twin Cities. Over last Sunday, a popular liquor store, Surdyk's Liquor and Cheese Shop, right in the heart of Minneapolis. I think you can kind of consider that. I think kind of northeast Minneapolis, a very popular area. Their owner, Jim Surdyk, opened their business on Sunday for selling liquor, and if you know, Minnesota does not sell liquor on Sundays yet. We are eventually going to become a liquor selling state on Sundays in July. Obviously, just passing the law, there's usually like that long leeway, before it actually comes into effect. Well, Jim Surdyk decided to F it, let's just sell it now, and it was made pretty public, and the city of Minneapolis came and told him, "Hey, listen, you're gonna be fined." And he was just like, "You know what? F it." And I think for 5 hours they remained open and sold liquor. And
Wait, I thought it was 7 hours, like 11 to 6, because wasn't a $500 fine every hour?
It could have been. I might have my hours wrong.
Oh yeah, this place is by New Bohemia.
Yeah, I mean that's a
on
very
Hennepin, up in like St. Anthony.
That's a very popular area. It's a very popular store. So what happened was there wasn't just a fine, and Minneapolis kind of came down hard, where they got a $2,000 fine. This per Star Tribune, a $2,000 fine and a 30-day suspension to sell liquor. It doesn't start until, guess what, July.
Yeah, July 1st, once it's fully legal on Sundays. I think it's worth it for the publicity, though.
I find it hilarious. This is such a Minnesota thing to do.
Yeah, and here's my thing: like, is it illegal to sell liquor on Sundays, or is it illegal to buy liquor on Sundays? Because like during Prohibition, it wasn't illegal to have or buy liquor. It was illegal to sell and distribute it. Like that's why they didn't crack down on like jabronis with like the random flask in the hip pocket.
I think it's the selling part. Otherwise, a lot of people would be in trouble. A lot of people did go in and shop there. I had a friend on Facebook. She posted a picture of her buying booze.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second, is that legal? She's like, I don't know. so it led me to do some more research. All after us recording Sunday, but it was. But what made this interesting is that there was another Star Tribune article, an update, and I haven't got confirmation if this story is true, but an employee from Surdyk's quit the business because that person did not agree with Jim Surdyk's just opening up and breaking the law. Yeah, so they quit.
Dumb. Why don't you just take the day off, you jabroni?
I don't.
Idiot.
This is ridiculous. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of people start raising funds on like a GoFundMe page for Surdyks to like pay the fine or whatever for them.
Yeah, well, the fine is nothing. They probably made that up in one day of just selling on Sunday because people went down for the novelty, and it did spread on social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I think they did do some good business that day. Like all the De La Salle kids bought booze. oh, that's our prison island, Nicolay Island. We'll just depopulate it, and we'll take down De La Salle. We'll move that. That's the new prison island.
You got to make the. I would put some really sharp barbed wire.
Well, no, it's like Arkham Asylum. It's in the Narrows. It's like right in the middle of Gotham. This is going to be our Arkham Asylum.
I like that you don't watch the Avengers, but you're very Batman knowledgeable.
Because Batman could actually happen. Like Spider-Man is not happening.
Yet.
Iron Man could not happen. Iron Man could not happen because a billionaire cannot build just a giant robotic suit that flies. But Batman can happen because a billionaire can buy all that stuff.
I have no.
Nick, if you had $1 billion, would you want to become Iron Man or Batman?
Fine, I want to be Batman.
Yeah. Although Batman, you literally get the shit kicked out of you every single night. You work at nights. Batman works third shift, and you have to sleep until 3, and that's not much of an existence.
Yeah, but with my personality, I'm very antisocial.
I killed my parents.
Yeah, and I have to do. I would like to be in the dark. I'd like to, be solo. See, Iron Man is such a, Robert Downey Jr. is such a charismatic character who, like, he has to be that type of outgoing billionaire and, to flaunt who he is in front of everyone. I mean, that's not my personality. I'd have to secretly be Batman.
Whose powers would you want in terms of other superheroes that actually have powers? It could be Marvel, it could be DC, it could be whatever.
I mean, straight up Superman just kind of has everything. I mean, that's kind of literally, he is the ultimate superhero. I mean, he has the strength, the flying.
You just want the X-ray vision, you pervert.
Shut up. Yes. But
then he could work at the TSA. Nick, you would be the guy who would get Superman's powers and then just go work at the TSA for $21 an hour. I'm helping. I'm doing my service.
Why do you always take over the supermodel line? Shut up. Not to get too much into superhero stuff, but like all the other superheroes, kind of like you have superheroes like the Flash. I mean, Superman is fast, so you might as well just have Superman instead. There's so many like little things. Thor has super strength; he can fly. I guess he can control lightning or whatever, but Superman has a lot of that. So he's like the smorgasbord of all general superpowers. Like a lot of superheroes are like Spider-Man, super strength.
I would pick I forget what the movie is called, but it was Hayden Christensen. Oh, Jumper, and he could teleport.
Oh yeah,
I might take teleporting.
Okay.
I know that flying is cool. I know that invisibility is pretty cool. I don't know. I just feel like teleporting would be awesome.
It'd be the easiest thing to kind of conceal and something that should be.
Although it sucked to teleport into a wall. Like, have you ever done an old school video game like Doom or Duke Nukem, and then you turned off clipping, and then you turned it back on, and then you're like in the middle of a wall, and then you die. You're like, ah.
So you turn off clipping?
Yeah.
I don't know what that
video
is.
game parlance.
I don't know what that is.
Sorry, DOS video game parlance. All right, yeah, what's next?
It's exciting weekend for sports. If you like everything in general, obviously the NCAA brackets, where everyone and your mother is doing a bracket. Do you have a bracket going on?
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
All right, so my coworkers, I have, I'm in 3 different tournaments. Not to brag, but it's one of those things where, if you know me, obviously for all the podcast stuff that I do with Andy, I'm not the sports literate guy. I don't know a damn thing. I don't know what half these schools are. and but everyone does a tournament. So this is such more of a big pop culture. It's like mega lottery. It's like McDonald's. What's it called? The Monopoly game.
Yeah.
It's such a trend thing that everyone just goes to do them.
Yeah. It's funny because the person who knows the least about basketball always wins. The office pool. It's awesome.
So, and also to bring up with sports, there's also a golf tournament this weekend. We're coming into spring. Andy hates golf. I love golf. It's so relaxing.
Yeah, because you're like an old person. Old people love golf. Like my grandma used to watch golf for the scenery.
It means 1 month till baseball as well.
Oh, sorry. I digress. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we'll move on from the sports. But yeah, I mean,
But no, what's the golf tournament?
Oh, the Arnie Palmer Classic is this weekend.
Now he's dead.
I think he might have just died.
We'll have to play how old they be dead guys.
How old he died at?
How old they bead.
How old they bead.
Yeah.
How old did they
although I do love an Arnold Palmer, like the drink, the half iced tea, half lemonade.
Oh, it's one of my favorite ones to make.
It's good.
Yeah, they are fantastic. Yeah, every year he has there's a tournament in his name and his honor, and it's kind of the start of spring in general. Kind of I said a month from baseball. This is a good exciting time of year. So that's all I have to say about that one. Let's go on to more local news. My favorite story of the week: Minneapolis adult entertainment venue faces health department scrutiny.
Wait. Let me guess which one it is. Is it the VU?
No, it's all of them.
Oh, all of them.
It is all of them. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got this article from the Star Tribune, but a number. So as you guys may know, I love my strip clubs, and downtown Minneapolis has quite a few of them. I have not been to all of them, so if you're a big strip club fan, you might not want to listen to this little story. But the Minneapolis Department of Health came in and kind of did do I want to say a kind of a raid? They kind of went into check the cleanliness, the health.
Yeah, because that's why if I'm a cop, that's the raid I want to be on. I was like, yeah, we're gonna check out the cleanliness of the strip club. I'm in. Yeah, we're gonna go break up the domestic violence call in Robbinsdale. I'm gonna go with the strip club guys. All right, good stuff. Nick at the strip club. And gentlemen, get out your wands. We have Jade on the main stage. Jade, as you may know, is a part-time teacher at a school in the area. We won't say Washington High School. She teaches English composition. She's got some pretty good composition, doesn't she, guys? Dun, dun, dun. And remember, it's 2 for 20. 2 for 20. 2 lap dances for 20. Is that still updated pricing? Or how much is a lap dance nowadays?
Anywhere from $20 to $30.
Oh. What about the back? What about the back room, Nick? How much is the back room?
We'll save it to after the show.
Nah, how much is the back room, Nick?
It can be anywhere from $85 to $500.
Oh, yeah.
Most places. Minneapolis is quite a bit more than the place I usually go to. But $150 to $400 or $500. And a lot of places take credit cards. So, oh my God, that's how the economy
That's how they get you? No, I feel like, isn't the ATM, like, if I'm the ATM at the strip club, I would just put it at like $13 convenience fee.
That's what got people.
Because people will still pay it.
Yeah. First rule of strip clubs: don't use the ATM at a strip club.
There we go. I'm hot for teacher Jade on stage 4.
Multiple stages.
Nick, what's your favorite strip song that you've had? The
strip song that I've had. What's cool about strip clubs are the ones I've gone to is a lot of them have like remixes of, and I like rock, and I've heard a really awesome remix of the song. It's Billy Idol's song. Let me see if I can. Trying to think of it off the top of my head. Billy Idol's. Let me pull up my music here. Because I was actually able to find it. Just 1 second. Very good pod. All right, back to the story quick, though. Health inspectors visited 17 establishments in the Minneapolis area, and more than 150 swabs were taken.
Swabs.
They swabbed a lot of things, and
No, is this like one of those things where it's like, oh, your remote control has 50 times more germs than your toilet, sort of deal? Because I imagine if you swab the surface of a lot of places, it doesn't have to be a strip club. It could be like a restaurant, or it can be a furniture store. It'll be filthy.
I don't think they tested more for like they were looking for bodily fluids, and the answer was yes. Unfortunately, the answer was yes. They tested, looks like from chairs, couches, floors, walls, bedspreads.
Here, pause. You know this chick is hardcore. Tattoos all over the place. The tattoo on her lower back, their tramp stamp, says "Daddy Issues." Yeah.
Oh, the song I was thinking of, Rebel Yell. A band named Dope does a really awesome rock version, and when I heard it at the strip club, I'm like, I literally had to stop everything I did, and I had to like, dude, I got to get a copy of the song.
I'm surprised of how liberal strip clubs are with the use of black lights, because you know that if you had like one more black light in the strip club, you could see that place from space. Like what? That's kind of gross. Like it's something that you know that happens, but it's also gross at the same time.
As someone who goes to a strip club multiple times, I'm going to honestly tell you, I've never lost any fluids or given up anything at a strip club. I don't know the kind of people. It's a big place to go. I mean, a lot of people go there drunk, and I'm sure stuff happens. I'm sure the horny people, when you're drunk, you're way too loose. You know, I can't do that at a public place myself. And the problem with Minneapolis is that
there you go. Yeah, paying for college, baby.
I love it. And it's a girl with the most tattoos, the most piercings on her face. It's fantastic. I love this.
Now, can we out your favorite stripper of all time?
Yeah, that's fine.
Claudia.
She goes by the name Claudia. She works at the King of Diamonds.
Do you know her real name?
No, I don't. It takes away the romance of it.
Except,
I used to know more stripper names.
If
names, by the way,
it's funny her name is Claudia. Like you think her name would be like Cinnamon or something, and Claudia would be a real name. Like Claudia's the name of your like your aunt that sells Mary Kay.
She got it off of Claudia Schiffer, who was a major supermodel.
Oh, Aunt Claudia's here. She thinks she's so cool in her pink Cadillac Escalade. She made her quota for 2014. Cool.
To finish the story off, hi-oh. So I told you all this stuff about all the tests and everything. Is anyone really going to enforce it? That's kind of the big issue. You know, there's not really like a crime. There's not a law and order. You know.
Well, is this more of is more of a public health thing where politicians would be like, we are trying to make it safe for your children to be in these strip clubs, or is it just a cash grab? Like, I assume there's big fines involved in all this.
None that I've read about so far. It wouldn't surprise me down the road. I think it's something that it's either going to be bigger in the next couple of years, or we're not going to hear from it again. I kind of think we're not going to hear from it again. It was hard to find this story. The Star Tribune is the only one who actually advertised the storyline.
All right. What else we got?
All right.
You got one more?
I got two more.
Oh, two more. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it quick. One that you sent me. California elementary school has banned drugs, alcohol? Nope. Playing tag during recess.
Hey, what the shit?
All right, so this is from the Washington Times. An elementary school in Folsom, California.
Folsom prison.
Gold Ridge Elementary School will no longer allow kids to play tag due to fear of injury and occasional altercations.
You know, eventually, like, all these kids are just going to be in bubble wrap, and like they're not going to understand of these kids aren't going to have the thing where like the girl pushes you on the playground that means she likes you. Like, how are guys going to know now? Because they can't have contact. Because what if the boy got hurt? And we're not talking about his heart when she just leaves him for little Jimmy in 4th grade because Jimmy's got better Dunkaroos. Full circle.
If you didn't catch it in earlier in the show, please look it up.
And now she's a stripper.
Really weird. Yeah, I was kind of...
Oh, she only strips the bagpipe music.
When I read the title originally, I originally thought this was something to do with like a bullying kind of thing, like all like, you know, like bigger kids picking on nerds. Because I remember like when I was young playing tag, I wasn't the fastest one, so when I was always there, you know, it took me the hardest to catch people. But this is strictly about... This article makes it sound like it's strictly about injury. And one, I'm thinking, dude, like, I will play both sides here. I mean, how hard are people fucking playing tag? It's you touch someone. Are people socking each other? I mean, let's deal more with, like, you know, let's not do fisticuffs when you're playing tag.
Well, I'm sure it's like 1 or 2 kids got hurt. Their mom came in at a PTA meeting, made a big stink about it. And then all the teachers are just giant pussies that won't make a stand for things, will just always fold over because they don't want to lose their job. Same thing with superintendent, the principals. And then they just acquiesce to this one crazy lady who, her kid probably has a peanut allergy too. And like he's gluten-free, not because he's got celiac disease, but because the mom thinks that he looks good when he looks emaciated. And yeah, it's just all stupid. And they're ruining things for everyone. Like, kids can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and they can't play tag anymore. What's the point of being a kid?
4th grader Mallory Giddens told the station that
Mallory's probably a boy.
Mr. Hammer instituted the rule because some students, quote, Mr. Hammer, yes.
Mr. Hammer is eliminating tag. That's great.
I think he's the principal. Yeah. Because some students, quote, touch too hard. And, quote, in this case, kids...
That's also why you got kicked out of the strip club, Nick.
Ladies, I touch just right. Stop playing so... it's just... I understand, you know, as I said, you shouldn't be... We're not playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots, you know, let's play frickin' tag, you know, like you chase each other, you may dive and skin your knee and stuff, you go simple, you slap them, you slap them lightly to tag the person. I mean, the basic rules of tag, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I don't know, like...
We're soft. The North Koreans are going to come kick us in the ass.
I told my coworker that story, and she goes like, because kids are going to become a bunch of wussies.
Yeah. Well, see, here's what's going to happen. North Korea is going to eventually invade, or China and North Korea coalition, because they have a long history of working well together. And they're going to come over and invade, and then when they roll up into the neighborhood with their tanks, I'll be like, I'm with you guys. That's how we'll roll. Last one.
Okay, and finish all off fun little story. McDonald's is investigating a supposedly they were compromised, I guess, the earlier this week on their Twitter accounts because they apparently someone tweeted out something through their account towards Donald Trump. I have it right here.
Yeah, read it. It's good.
At real Donald Trump, you are actually a disgusting excuse of a president, and we would love to have at Barack Obama back. Also, you have tiny hands.
Yeah, the best part is that they just added him right away. They didn't put the dot in front, so it didn't even show up on their feed. That's you have to go into your replies, but yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Now, they claim that they were hacked, right?
Yeah. It was up for a full hour before the company unpinned it, deleted the tweet, and then then they admitted that someone hacked her account.
Well, here's my whole thing. I will say like 100% they weren't hacked. It was probably just the social media manager, some sort of 22-year-old recent college grad, was probably feeling the burn, was all on the Bernie Sanders train, and then at his or her job as McDonald's social media maybe not even manager, maybe just like an underling or like a marketing assistant, just got on the Twitter machine and just spoke his or her mind, just like whatever. YOLO. I know I work for McDonald's anyway. McDonald's is an evil corporation. Actually, whoever tweeted this out will probably be hailed as a hero by the left. So they should out themselves. Like, become a martyr for the cause. Be like, McDonald's fired me, and now I'm your hero. I'm your god.
No, I work for the Democratic Convention Party. It's funny that in this article here from NBC News that I'm reading off of here, some of you may not know this, but Trump's actually a big fan of McDonald's.
He loves fast food.
After clinching the delegates to get the presidential nomination, he had a picture of himself eating McDonald's.
It's weird because the past couple presidents, Bill Clinton, obviously had issues with weight, and he had the great Phil Hartman in the SNL sketch of him running McDonald's. Like that's my favorite Phil Hartman sketch from SNL. But he jogged, he tried to work out. George W. Bush ran and tried to keep in shape. Obama was obviously in great shape, and then he had Trump, who famously declares that he's never worked out a day in his life, and then just eats like shit all the time. Like, he eats McDonald's, he eats KFC. He doesn't care. And at 70, he looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, but maybe that's how it goes. Maybe instead of like impeachment, where he does something wrong, and then Congress and the House get him, the coronary just gets him. Like, his right ventricle is like, nah.
Could be why he's yellow. That's all I have for news.
Hey, I'm yellow too. That's the news. No, what happened?
The news with Uncle Dick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
All right, Nick. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
St. Paddy's Day.
Oh yeah, I will be.
Breathe
ready.
it in. Toora-loo-ra-loo-ra.
By the time you guys are listening to this, I will probably be on my first nap, actually.
Toora-loo-ra-la.
That's really...
Wait, did you take Friday off?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm off tomorrow. Today, obviously.
What time do you think you're going to have your first beer?
9:15.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so we'll take it out with a little Bing Crosby. Shows available on iTunes, on Stitcher, on iHeartRadio, and on, our YouTube channel as well, and at bullshow.co. Also like us on Facebook.com/bullshow. Need your thumbs, baby. Get all up on there. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend, spread the word, add to the Jerome Army, and thanks producer Allie Sorensen, who I'm guessing is not Irish. I'm guessing she's pretty hardcore German. It's all right. For making me not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy Carlson.